Yes, everybody, me again, Russ and the West End Network. Hope you're all safe and well. It's Hammers Headlines in association with the KUMB.com boys. Check them out for the latest news, reviews, and opinions. As per usual, lots to get through. And actually, later on, we've got the Academy show at 6 o'clock UK time, which is a bumper show. Loads to talk about. This morning, also, we spoke about just my thoughts, really, in terms of this rebuild. We're going to another rebuild, but one I've slightly more confidence in. And then at lunchtime, we spoke about the sort of dynamics and what we need to do to make that happen. It could mean selling one of our prized assets, if not two, to fund this rebuild, which is needed. Plus, also, we spoke about it in the show in the morning about the likes of Cresswell and the players who are going to be out of contracts and stuff. So just the food for thought. Food for thought. But obviously, we enter a game week now. Brentford on Saturday, having all the run up to that game, all the sort of the pre-match stuff as per usual, match day mornings and things like that. So keep an eye on the channel for that. And also Wednesday night we should be doing our Ludic McCloskey Appreciation Night, and then following that straight into Old School Hammers with Kieran and Budgie. So loads to get through. But loads to get through now. Let's crack on and get into our first story. And it's a transfer rumour story. Yes, people go, why are you still talking about transfer rumours? Because we can't stand still. We've got to crack on, West Ham, in terms of making sure we're hitting the ground running come the summer to sort this squad out. It needs another bit of major surgery. And one player who apparently West Ham and Fulham are reportedly looking to sign in the summer is the veteran midfielder Marco Verratti. There are three Premier League clubs vying for the veteran signature. Us, Fulham and Bournemouth, apparently, all for the Al Arabi star. He's currently playing in the Saudi Pro League. However, the thought of he also says, well, despite the fact that he's Premier League clubs, the thought of him going and playing Serie A also appeals to him, as he is obviously an Italian international, 55 caps under his name. Now, what's quite interesting, I mean, he's 32, and he obviously had tremendous success playing at PSG, winning lots of trophies, obviously, and somewhat shockingly made the move to Saudi Pro League for Al Arabi in September 2023. He's had a solid spell with the Qatarian side, and I mean he's turned out 34 times, 2 goals, 12 assists. Still has a high market value because he's still a quality player. With the player keen on returning to Europe after 2 years in Qatar. As I said, we are amongst the suitors, and a move to London could be interesting, particularly if we're looking to move players on. Now, I appreciate he's more on the far book end of his career rather than necessarily bringing in younger players. But even, and I keep harking back to the Brighton model, you know, they go out and buy these players no one's ever heard of, and then they'll get Danny Welbeck, then they'll get James Milner, Adam Lallana. They'll get sort of more veteran type players to work with the younger players. And actually, maybe, you know, it's unclear about what we're going to do with Carlos Soler. It's unclear what we're going to do with Guillermo Rodriguez. It's unclear what we're going to do with someone like Lucas Paqueta. Someone like Verratti coming in, a huge appeal, you know, for youngsters as well. But also, you know, he's still got it in his locker. And I think it'll be a risk, but every transfer is a risk. But I mean, the fact that a club like Bournemouth are interested in him as well, and obviously Bournemouth have had a fantastic season this year. I think it could be an interesting one. It could be, but it's dependent about what goes out the door, if that makes sense. Whether it's going to be a viable solution. Obviously, we will be saving a lot of wages. You know, if we don't renew Danny Ings' contract, it's 125 grand, but he's going to be on a fair whack as well. So, yeah, we'll keep an eye on that one. Keep an eye on that one. One player who we spoke about this morning, and we're going to speak about again in a minute because of his loan spell, is Aguerd. Now, we're led to believe that Aguerd is, well, he's having fantastic form for Real Sociedad this season, being one of the top defenders in La Liga, and has attracted interest from some of Europe's top clubs. You know, the likes of, I mean, he never really adapted to sort of the David Moyes sort of style of defending, sort of last man, defensive style. For me, under Potter, he would thrive. He really would. And it's fair to say his value sort of diminished because of that. And I think if West Ham got 20 million for him, at the beginning of the season, they'd have probably bitten your hand off. However, that's changed. And, he's had a fantastic sort of renaissance to his career. And according to Claret & Hugh, they spoke to their senior source about Aguerd in the summer, and they said West Ham will not take silly offers. A lot of clubs had the chance, but it's win-win for the club now. Either the player comes back to London or gets sold, but silly offers of 15, 20 million quid won't be enough. He'll cost top money. We believe the likes of Real Madrid and Barcelona thought to be understood to have an interest in the Moroccan international central defender, but I really want him back at West Ham. And there was talk of him potentially being open to a move back to West Ham with Graham Potter now at the helm. So let's keep an eye on that. One person who is definitely back is Freddy Sears. Freddy Sears is back. Over 500 professional appearances later, Academy graduate Freddy Sears is back where he belongs, back where it all began. He's completed his UEFA B licence, and now he's taking his first steps into coaching, attending Chadwell Heath on Monday nights to support the Academy under-12s team, while also playing part-time for Chatham Town in Ismail League Premier season. He did a crash course for his B licence, which was at Chadwell Heath. And he hadn't been back since he left in 2012. A bit surreal to be back in the building. Everyone's been so welcome. Spoke to some people on the course who were working at West Ham, and this opportunity came up to do some coaching. I love being in the building. Being back at the club where I started was fantastic. And obviously, he knows the likes of Kevin Keane, who's one of his coaches at the time. Mark Phillips, he knows. Zav was in the same scholarship. Evan Hines was in the same scholarship year as him. And obviously now he's involved in the 18s. Nobes is still around. Anton Ferdinand's still around. So great to see one of our own back in the fold, albeit on a part-time basis. But you never know. You never know. Stranger things have happened at sea. But good luck to him, and great to see. It warms the cockles of your heart when you see old boys back in the fold. I love it when I'm at Rush Green, on a Friday. I think on Friday, Elliot Wall was there on Friday. And it was like, it's nice to see, isn't it? Nice to see. Anyway, let's talk about some players currently out on loan. Obviously, we cover all the Academy players on the Academy show later on. But in terms of the players currently on loan, in terms of first-team players, Freddie Potts, he played the full 90 minutes for Portsmouth as they lost 2-1 away to the Pigs, Sheffield United. Mazza Cornet wasn't involved. He didn't feature in Genoa's 1-1 away draw at the weekend. He played the previous game. He did play some of the previous game. I think he came for the last 20 minutes for the game on Thursday. Wasn't featured in the matchday squad. Now Aguerd again played the full 90 minutes for Real Sociedad, who currently, I think, 6th or 7th in La Liga now, as they won 2-1 at home to Espanyol. And Kurt Zuma wasn't featured in the matchday squad as Al Araba won 4-2 at home to Aguerd in the SPL. And that's it. That's it, my friends. Thank you very, very much for your time, as per usual. Don't forget to check out this is Hammer says. Don't forget to check out the Academy show a bit later on, and also don't forget to check out the 2 shows this morning. We did one this morning and one this afternoon at lunchtime. So we're part 1, part 2, and let me know your thoughts. But until next time, take care, my friends. Stay safe, stay warm, stay humble, stay dry, keep the faith, and come on your wines. Much love. Bye bye.